Okay, so till now what we have seen is completely Linux, right? So some fundamental of Linux we have covered. And again I said for Linux you are going to have some separate batch. Whatever the stuff I said from starting day to today, entire thing is going to recall for one off time for you. Sir, if you ask me about DevOps, how many are you on day one of class here? Day one. Okay, so I'll ask you a question. In SDLC, how many steps we have? Two now. Two teams, but I'm asking about steps. How many? What are those? Plan, code, build, test, deploy, operate, monitor. Clear now? Okay, sir, fine. In that, what is your step number one? Planning. In real time, who is going to do planning? Technical architects. Who is going to do? For example, in our home, if we want to do anything, first of all, who is going to plan? Our dad, right? Why? Because he is the head of our family. In software as well, technical architects are the people who is going to construct, like they are going to create one design plan. For example, if I want to take a project, okay, if I want to take a project, the blueprint of project is going to be delivered by them only. That means they are going to tell the plan. This is the application. So we want to deploy this application on this kind of architecture, and we want to use this kind of cloud and this kind of platform. So on, so everything is going to design by them only. Already, if you remember, have we discussed about software architectures? So in real time, technical architects are going to completely describe the blueprint of a project. That means, are we going to involve there? It's not a part of our work. What is your part 2 in SDLC? Plan, code. Your part 2 is what, sir? Planner. I'll show it here. So this is the analysis of your servers, but I'll teach you later. Don't worry. Sir, what is stage number 1 in SDLC? First of all, plan. In plan, who is going to involve here? Technical architects. That means, are we going to involve in this stage, sir? Is it required? No. But what is your stage number 2? Code. In real time, who are going to write the source code? Developers will write the source code. Who are going to write the source code? My question for all of you is, why to write the source code? Why to write the code? Because without code, any application can work, sir. If application want to work, what we need to write? Code. But who is going to write the code? Means developers. Who is going to write? Developers will write the source code, and they are going to do some activities on Git and GitHub. So the tool number 1, I'm going to teach you about Git. What I'm going to teach you about? Sir, in Git, developers are going to write the source code, right? But who we are? DevOps engineer. What is the link for DevOps engineer and Git, sir? What is the link between DevOps engineer and Git? Very simple. Developer writes source code. Who is going to deploy in real time? We are going to deploy. That means we need to know where our source code is placed or not, sir. We need to know how the source code is going to store or not, sir. So to understand the source code management, we need to know some basics about Git actually. But here I won't teach you basics, complete advanced only we are going to do. Your tool number 1 is going to be the Git. What is your tool number 1? So all of you write the heading as Git. Can anyone tell me what is the Git, sir? Source code to store centralized repository. Fine. Apart from that, what? Control system. Correct. That is also. But if I ask you a question, what is the full form of Git? How many of you know? Global information. Okay, good. You know about global information tracker after seeing the board. Fine, I accept. Explain what is global information tracker. Explain what is global information tracker, sir. Of course, I shown you something on screen. You seen that and you are telling the answer. But explain me. Global. What is the meaning of global? Around the world. Correct or not, sir? Tell me one thing. If you are working for a company, there are multiple developers around the world. For example, developer 1 is working on India. Where is working on? Developer 2 is going to work from Australia. Might be. Again, developer 3 is going to work from the Canada. On-site. You know on-site, right? What is the meaning of on-site? People will go to the client location and work from there. Global information tracker means information we are going to track from global point of view. That means if developer 1 writes source code on Australia, I can use it here, sir. I can track it here. If developer 3 writes source code on Canada, I can see it here. Point clear now? That's it. Global means you can track the source code from anywhere. Global means anywhere around the globe. Second one is information. Here information is your code. What is your information? Tracker means to look at. Tracking means don't tell track, okay? It's not the good word. Tracking means we are following up the code. What we are doing? Follow up, okay? The full form of global information tracker means globally you can track the information. Tracking means to follow up on. Is the first point clear for all of you? Why we are telling globally means any person from anywhere write the source code and put it on the GitHub. For example, I'm working on India. I can write source code from here and I can give it to my Australia client. Australia developer is working on Australia, but he can share the source code to me. I can track his source code. That's it. Okay, sir, fine. You tell about global information tracker. But in interview, they are not going to ask, tell me about Git. Direct questions we cannot expect, na? If you go to 10 interviews, in 10 interviews, 8 to 7 interviews will be having direct questions. But some interviews are going to ask indirect question. Okay. Git is also called as version control system. What we can call it as? Version control system, or you can call it as source code management. Git is called as version control system, or you can call it as source code management. Okay, sir, fine. You said about Git is a version control system, or you can call it as a source code management tool. Fine. If you see here, sir, for example, it is my version 1 of the application. It is the which version of my application? Second one is version 2. If you see version 1 and version 2 is update version or not, sir? That means, can I use same source code for both application or different source code? Version 1 is having some source code. I update the application. When I update the application, source code is also going to update or not, sir? For version 1, let's take, I write 100 lines of code. How many lines of code? But for version 2, I write 200 lines of code. That means here I need to track each version separately. What I need to track? Each version separately. If I place each version separately and if I store them together, then it is called as version control system. Version control system means controlling the source code of every version. Controlling the source code of every version. Let's open our notes. Like your notes is 10:45, right? And all of you got your Google Classroom access? Have you seen the materials there? Okay. So the tool number 1 in today's class I'm going to talk about is Git. What I'm going to talk about? Tell me the full form of Git. Global Information Tracker. Git is also called as VCS. What is the meaning of VCS? Version Control System. That means it will track the, or it will keep the source code. Will keep the code separately for each version. Clear, sir? First one, it is also called as version control system. What we can call it as? What is the exact meaning of version control system? It will keep the source code separately for each version. For example, let's take, I have the version 1 source code. I have the version 1 source code. Sir, for version 1, I write 100 lines of code, sir. How many lines? I'm gonna store it on separate place. Repository 1. I'm gonna store it on repository 1. You don't know what is the meaning of repository? I'll tell it later. Repository means folder which contains the source code. What is the meaning of repository? Folder which contains the source code. Sir, next here I write the version 2. For version 2, I wrote 200 lines of code, sir. How many lines? That means I'm gonna store it separately. Where I'm gonna store on repository 2. What is the meaning of repository? Folder which contains the source code. Now I am working with version 3. Again, I write 300 lines of code. How many lines of code? And I'm going to store it separately on my repository 3. Here also I'm clearly writing what is the meaning of repo means. It is a place or it is a folder where we store our code. Clear, sir? And the first thing I want to tell for all of you is please close your notes because I'm giving these notes for you, right? Okay, and I give some time for you. Please take the pictures. Okay, if you want to write, you can write it later. Why? Because if I tell something on the class, if you keep focus on your notes, you miss some points. Okay, fine. Again, one more thing. Git full form is Global Information Tracker. We can call it as VCS. VCS means version control system. What is the purpose of version control system? It will keep the source code separate for each version. Now here, if I write version 1, it will take 100 lines of code. I'm going to store on repository 1. For version 2, I will use repository 2. For version 3, I will use. Sir, each version of source code, am I going to store same place or separately? Separately. Is this clear for all of you? Okay, sir, fine. Here version 1 code is there, version 2 code is there, version 3 code is also there. Where you are going to store them? Single place or separately? Separately. Why to store separately means I'll tell you. Okay. But before that, let's understand something about Git. Git is used to track the files. What is the main purpose of Git? And one more thing. Git can also be called as JIT. Indians will call it as Git, but some other people will call it as JIT as well. When we spoke with like some other clients, they used to call it as JIT. What they called as? So Git can also be called as, write this point. Write this point. It's a note point, right? Again, spelling is same. Git is also called as JIT. No need to write, just please have this point on your mind. When you speak with some like foreigners, right? Your foreign clients, they used to call this JIT. Don't confuse them. It is Git only. Okay, why? Because accent is going to different, right? That's it. Sir, it will maintain the multiple version of the same file. It will maintain the multiple version of the. What is the meaning of multiple version of same file? Means, see here. For example, let's take a file called index.html. What is the name of the file? Sir, index.html, it is a login page or it is a basic page for every application. If you take 100 applications, 100 applications will have index.html. Why? Because without index.html, you cannot create an application. Clear, na sir? Is the point clear? Okay. It is a basic code or basic page. Anything is fine. It is a basic file for every application. Basically, in index.html only we create logins. What we are going to create? Have I deployed Netflix application? Netflix application, have you seen the login page? That login page came from index.html only. Clear? Okay, sir. Sir, if we talk about in version 1, do you have index.html or not, sir? Why? Because it's common file now. Again, for version 2 also, do you have index.html or not, sir? Again, for version 3 also, Again we have index.html. If you see multiple version of the same file, is file changing here? But what is changing here? Version. That means Git can track the index.html in version 1, and again Git can track the same index.html on version 2, and again Git can track the same index.html on version 3. It is the meaning of multiple versions of the same file. Sir, file is same, sir, but version is different or not, sir? To explain this concept, let's take our home as example. In home, like whenever we are angry, our mom know how to cool us or not, sir? Whenever we are happy, she know how to cool ourselves or not, sir? That means their person is same person. We are the same person, but our versions are changing or not. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad, sometimes like very exaggerated. Like that. Here also index.html is same page, like same file, but versions are also going to version same. Index.html is same, but what is different here? So Git can able to track the multiple version of the same file. Is the definition clear for you? What I said clearly? Fine. Sir, it is platform independent. What is the meaning of platform independent? Means, remember, whatever the tools we are using on DevOps, every tool will be platform independent and every tool will be open source. The meaning of platform independent is Git can be able to run on Windows, Git can be able to run on Linux, and Git can be able to run on Mac OS. These are our platforms or not, sir? Operating system. You can install Git on any operating system, Windows, Linux or Mac OS, anything is fine. Second one, it is free and open source. What is the meaning of free and open source? Do we need to pay money for Git? What is the meaning of open source? I already said this. Open source means source code must be available to public. Correct or not, sir? Open source means source code must be available to public. If I open here, just type Git source code. If you see, are you seeing the source code of Git or not, sir? Publicly, anyone can use the source code or not. That is called as open source. Whatever the tools in our entire DevOps course, starting from Git, Maven, Jenkins, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, JFrog, Nexus, SonarQube, any tool if you take, every tool will be platform independent. Second thing is it is free and open source. Is it clear now? The definition of open source is the source code must be available on internet. That means publicly anyone can take the source code. That's it. Okay, sir, fine here. The next thing is coming to the Git, it can handle a larger project efficiently. Sir, let's take Instagram. Is Instagram a big project or very small project? Big. WhatsApp, very big. If you take any kind of project, Git can able to handle the project, sir. Okay. And finally, it is going to be the interview question for you. Git is which generation of version control system? Third generation. Which generation? And one of the important thing about the Git is it is written on C programming language. Which programming? Sir, why to use C programming, sir? We have Java and Python or not, sir? But why we are using C, sir? I'll tell you 3 points. Listen these 3 points. Git is free and open source. Point number 1. It is platform independent. Point number 2. It is written on C programming language. These 3 points, if we compare, Linux also free and open source. Linux also you can install on any platform. Linux also written on C programming. Sir, what is the similarity means? Who invented the Linux, guys? Linux inventor. Owner, sir. Torvalds. What is the name? Linus Torvalds. If you go and see on internet, sir, if you talk about Git, this Git is also introduced by the Linus Torvalds only. Who invented Git here? Linux torvalds. And second thing is, I said, right, to write the Git, which programming language used? If you see here, are you seeing completely 50% is used by the C programming language only? Have you seen this? And other thing is shell, Perl, Python, TCL, Makefile, and some other programming. Okay. Remember, the person who invented the Linux operating system is the same person who invented the Git. What is his name, sir? Linus Torvalds. What is the name of the Git inventor? Clear for all of you? That's it. Now again, one more time. Let's recap this one. Git is used to track the files. Track means like what kind of changes are going. It is going to track. Second thing, it is going to maintain the multiple version of same file. What is the meaning of multiple version of same file? File will be same, but versions are going to. What is the example I said to you? Loudly, what is the example I said to you? Index.html. Index.html is common for all the versions. Correct or not, sir? That's it. It is platform independent. That means you can install Git on any kind of operating system. And it is free and open source. What is the meaning of open source? Source code must be available on public. And they can handle a larger project efficiently. Of course, what kind of generation is Git, sir? Third. And which programming language use it? C programming language. And Git came into the market on the year 2004. In which year Git came on the market? It came on the year 2004. Sorry, it's not 4. I think it's 2005, not 4. 5 only. So this information I am going to give on your running notes now. Clear, sir? That's it. Okay, fine. You said that Git is global information tracker. Again, you said that it is also called as version control system, or you can call it as source code management as well. And you have given some intro as well. Okay, sir, fine. One thing you said is here, Git is third generation. Which generation? That means before third, we have second gen or not, sir? Before second gen, there is first gen or not, sir? Let's try to analyze the subject now. What we are going to do? Why we are using Git? Why not other tools? Let's have a analysis about the Git now. If you go and check here, sir, completely I'm going to teach you the history of version control systems. This is not required. No one is going to ask this on your interview questions. But why I am teaching means we are analyzing the subject, right? So for that purpose, I'm going to teach you now. Your first tool in entire history of version control system is SCCM. Are you getting the echo? Give me 1 second. How about now? Fine. Okay. Yeah. Continuously coming or just only few occasions? Little bit, huh? Okay, fine. If it is happening, just let me know. Sir, in your entire version control system history, what is the tool number 1? SCCM. SCCM means source code control manager. Okay. It came on the year 1972. Which year, sir? Sir, in 1972, one big thing happened. Can anyone tell me? Birth of C language, right? C language came on the year 1972. Exactly the same year, SCCM came into the market. Sir, I'll ask you a couple of questions. For a single project, multiple developers are going to work or single developer? Multiple developer. Again, for a project, are we going to write source code on single file or multiple files? Have this clarity, right? But SCCM can able to track only one file and can able to work with only one developer. Now tell me, sir, is SCCM a good tool to use, sir? Is it a good tool? For that purpose, what we are using? RCS we are using. What we are using? What is the limitation on SCM means can track single file, but RCS can track multiple files, sir. Advantage or not, sir? But again, only single permission will be there. Single user permission. Again, can I prefer RCS? Then later CVS came into the market. RCS means revision version control system. CVS is called as concurrent version control system. Okay, no need to remember this name, just try to analyze the subject. Sir, in revision control system RCS, I can track multiple files, but I cannot track folders, sir. But in concurrent version system, can I able to track folders or not, sir? But again, how many users can able to work? Again, limitation. First of all, iPhone 11 came, flopped. For that purpose, 12 came. 12 also flopped or not, sir? Now 13 came into the action. Now 13 also came. 13 also flopped. Again, we are going for 14 or not. Like that, initially SCCM came. It is flopped. Why? Because single file and single user. RCS came. Again, it is also flopped. Why? Because multiple files, again single user. CVS came. Of course, multiple files and multiple folders. But again, how many users? In the year 2000, a miracle happened with the tool called SVN. What is the name of the tool? SVN is called as subversion. What we can call it as? Sir, subversion can able to track multiple files, sir. Subversion can able to track multiple files, multiple folders, and multiple people can able to work here. That means we have some advantage or not, sir? So people started using SVN like a pro. But again, in the year 2005, exactly after 5 years, new tool came into the market that is called as GIT. What we can call it as? Other name is version control system, man. What is the other name? Not GIT, version control system. Okay. Sir, in version control system, I can able to track multiple files or not, sir? Can I able to track multiple folders? How many users? SVN also offering same thing. SVN also offering same thing. Multiple files, multiple folders, multiple user. Git is also same thing. Multiple files, multiple folders, and multiple users. But people started preferring only Git rather than SVN. Why? Because, if you use SVN, you can be able to store source code on single place. But the same thing, if you use Git, you can be able to place your source code on multiple places. Okay. If you want me to show lively, let's draw a diagram for it. So then you can have something clarity on your mind here. Sir, if you go and see here, first I'll talk about SVN. Sir, SVN can able to store the source code on single place. SVN can able to track source code on single place. But sir, if we talk about Git, Git can able to place the source code on multiple places, sir, that multiple repos. Then which one you are going to prefer now, SVN or Git? Huh? Git, why Git, sir? Multiple place. Unfortunately, in SVN, unfortunately, if this repository is deleted, entire source code, Pasak or not, sir? But here, if you delete source code on one place, second place you have or not, sir? Again, if source code is going on second place, third place you have or not, sir? So this is what we call as distributed version control system. What we can call it as? SVN is called as centralized. Git is called as distributed. I'll write the definition here. Write these definitions now. I'll give some time for you. At the definition. First of all, CVCS means centralized version control system. CVCS means what? Centralized version control system. Example is SVN. It can store code on single repo. First one is CVCS. What it is? Sorry. CVCS. Second one is DVCCS. Write this both. Why? Because it is going to be an interview question. Parallelly, I'm going to tell you interview questions at the end of session. Okay. From starting from today, remind me at the end of sessions. I'm going to teach you I'm going to tell you the interview questions as well, okay? Hey, Priyanka, I'll speak with the admin now. If anyone haven't got the access, let me know. I'll speak with the admin. Okay, what is the meaning of CVCS? Centralized version control system. Example, SVN. Centralized means we can able to store source code on single repo. That means single folder. But second one is DVCCS. DVCS. That means distributed version control system. Example is Git. Here we can store source code on. Do you have clarity till now? What about your online? Can you please confirm? Are you having the clarity till now? If it is clear for all of you, let's proceed for the practical implementation. It is only theoretical part. The theory is clear for all of you. We are going for the practical implementation. Online, can you please confirm your chat once? Is the concept clear till now? For all of you? So you can ping me on the comment section. If it is clear, we proceed for the practical part. What about remaining people? Clear, yes, okay, great. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for response. Okay, sir, now you said about something on Git. But before that, I'll ask you one question. You need to know about something called as rollback. What we can call it as? Sir, you are storing source code separately for each version. Why to store the source code separately? Means to roll back. What is the purpose? I'll show you practically for you. If you go and see now. For example, let's take one banking application. Which application? So this client is there. Client want to develop the banking application. He approached one developer. Developer read the source code and deployed the application to the servers. After 1 year, application is working very good. But client want to add some more other features. Client want to add what? Then again the same client is going to approach to the same developer, and same developer is going to write the source code and release the version 2 into market. Which version? Sir, version 1 he released it. Till 1 year it is working very fine, sir. But sir, version 2 comes into the market. What happened, you know? It is banking application. Na? I withdraw 100 rupees. It is showing 2 lakhs rupees. How much it is going to show? But how much I withdraw, sir? If we see those kind of messages, we will get heart attack or not, sir? That means application failed or not. Application is working very fine, but is it working accurately? No. In that case, what we are going to do? Are we going to troubleshoot or not? But it is not going to happen. Tell me one thing. If application is failed, you are trying to troubleshoot the application. How much time it will take? 1 hour, 2 hours, sometimes might be 1 day. That means in the meanwhile 1 day, lot of people will die due to heart attack or not, sir? Issue is not resolved. Na? See, daily users are going to take the money at least in a 1 minute. They will withdraw 100 people. 100 people is going to withdraw. That means for 100 people, the application is going to show wrong information or not, sir? In that case, the first thing you are going to do is not troubleshooting. You are going back to the version 1. Of course, version 2 is not working very fine. But version 1 is working fine or not, sir? Then can you be able to go back to version 1 or not, sir? When I can go to version 1 back, if I have the version 1 source code. What is the purpose of Git? Storing the source code separately or not, sir? Here, if you go to my previous example, version 1 like source code, have a store on repo 1? Separately stored or not? Version 2 is not working, then I can go for version 1. When I can go if I have the source code stored separately. So this is the purpose of storing the source code separately, sir. Is the point clear for all of you? The only clarity you need to have is why to store the source code separately. If I store the source code separately, whenever application is failed, we can go back to previous version or not, sir? This process is called as rollback. What we can call it as? What is the meaning of rollback? Going back to previous version of application. Sir, when you can go back to, like when you can go to the previous version of application, when we have source code or not, sir? That's why we are using Git. Now is the point clear for all of you why we are using Git? What is the purpose of using Git, sir? To roll back. What is the meaning of rollback? Going back to the previous version of application. Clear for all of you? Okay, sir, fine. So this is also what going to happen. When version 1 is working very fine, he deployed version 2. But unfortunately, version 2 is not working very fine. In that case, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the rollback. What is the meaning of rollback? Going back to the previous version. Okay, fine. So Git is distributed version control system. Have I said this point? Forgot about this now. Sir, if we want to work with Git, we need to understand the architecture of Git. That is called as stages of Git. What we are going to call it as? Simply you can call it as architecture. Stages. Sir, in Git majorly we have only 3 stages. In Git majorly how many stages we are going to have? Stage number 1 is working directory. Directory can also called as directory can also be called as loudly. Folder. Directory can also be called as directory. What we can call it as? Say this point or not, sir? What we can call as directory? Directory. It is also called as folder. Okay. Try to write this one. What is your stage number 1? Working directory. Working directory means the place where you write the source code. For example, if you go here, I am minimizing this one. Sir, here I am going to create a folder. Click on new folder. So I'm going to give the Swiggy. What is the meaning of Swiggy means? Here if I go and write one source code, let's create index.html. I'm going to write just index.html. It is called as my source code, like working directory, sir. The meaning of working directory means where you are going to write the source code. That means I'm working there. I'm working on the code. Okay. Simple meaning. What is the meaning of working directory? Where we write our source code. Simple meanings I'm going to explain. Not any difficult high abbreviations. Not simple English. Okay. What is the meaning of working directory? Where we write the source code. It is stage number 1. In stage number 2, I'm going to tell you about staging area. Which area? Staging area means here we are going to track the files. In this area, what we are going to do? We track files here. What we are going to do, sir? Track the files. Write this one. I'll give some time for you. Why? Because in running notes, no need to write all of them. I'll tell some bullet points, only note them. Okay. Why? Because this every notes is going to give you right at end of session. Sir, what is your stage number 1? Working directory. Working directory means where you write the source code. Second one, staging area means we track files here. Third one, repository. Repository is called as repo. What we can call it as? Where we store the source code. Where we store track code, source code. Which source code? What is the difference between working directory and repository? In working directory, we can write the code only. But in repository, we are going to store the code. Which code? Track code code. Which code, sir? Where you are going to track? Staging area. Write this one. So these are the 3 stages of the Git. Okay. Again, one more time. Sir, how many stages we have on Git, sir? What are those? First one is working directory. Second one. Third one. What is the meaning of working directory? The place where you write the source code. Second one, staging area. Staging area means we track files here. Third one, repository. What is the meaning of repository? Where we store the tracked source code. Which source code? So these are the 3 areas, like what we call as Git stages actually. Of course, you can call it as Git architecture. Sir, till now, is it clear for all of you? Everyone. What about you online guys? Can you please confirm your chat once? Is the class clear till now for all of you? If it is clear for all of you, then we'll go for practical session. Okay. Developers work on working directory. Of course, again, they are going to commit the source code also. Summer. Okay, what about remaining people in the class online? I'm not getting response from other people. Only few people are responding. See, like when I ask you, it is clear, right? Try to respond. Why? Because your response is going to give me the clarity if you are understanding the concept or not. If I ask you, is it clear? You don't say nothing. What I'll think, okay, it is clear for all of you. And I'll go like a train. Who is going to lose, sir? Me or you? You only, right? So try to speak. Okay, online for you too. Okay, whenever I try to ask, is it clear for all of you? Please try to respond. Typing yes is 2 seconds or not, sir? Simply without typing yes. You can also give yes as well. It is also fine. Okay. Oh, sorry, I sent to my admin here. Yes, fine. Sir, what do DevOps do in these stages? Do they track source code or track the source code? No. Basically, as a DevOps engineer, you are going to do nothing with the Git, but you need to have the idea how the Git is working. Okay. If not source code, in real time, DevOps engineer is going to write the Ansible playbook. He will write the Docker file. He will write the Kubernetes manifest files. He will write the Terraform files as well. So that is also we are going to store on Git. Forget about source code, Java, Python. Docker source code, Kubernetes code, Terraform code, we need to write or not, sir? That's it. So that's the reason you need to learn the Git. Sir, now working with the Git. Sir, Git is platform independent. That means we can install Git on anywhere or not, sir? So I'm gonna install Git on my Linux platform. Which platform? To install on Linux platform, first of all, I need to have one server, sir. I need to have the, so create a new server freshly. Go for Paris. And how many of you done with the AWS account creation? Raise your hands. What about remaining people? You need to practice, right? So please create your AWS account as soon as possible. But if you don't have AWS account, you can practice on Mobaxterm as well. Some commands will work on Mobaxterm. But I won't recommend. Please create your AWS account. Click on launch instance. What is the server means? Git. Sir, all of you are comfortable with creating server or not, sir? Easy to. Great. So you know how to connect with mobile system, right? Copy the public IP address. Tell me the connection. Click on session. SH. What is the username? In advance, use private key. Your private key is on some folder, right? Open that one. Okay. That's it. So now you can be able to work with Git, sir. What is the command to go to root user? Sudo -i. Sir, first of all, create one folder. What is the command to create folder? mkdir. mkdir means to create a folder. Folder name is Swiggy or for like Paytm. Anything is fine. cd Paytm means to go inside the Paytm folder. Which folder? Sir, now here I want to work with Git. First of all, if you see here, what is the stage number 1? Working directory means where your source code is going to write. Sir, currently here I am on directory or not, sir? That means I am going to write my source code here. This is called as my working directory. Which directory? But before writing the source code, try to install Git. The command to install Git is yum install. What is the package name? git-y. It is the command to install Git. I'll explain this one. First of all, here I am talking. Create a EC2 server. And after this one, mkdir, Swiggy. Like anything is fine, Swiggy or Paytm. Okay, I am using Paytm. You can use Swiggy. Next here, I want to install Git, sir. Yum install git-y. Let's understand what is the yum here. Yum is the package manager for Linux. Yum is what? That means if we want to install any package on Linux operating system, we need to use yum. What we need to use? Yum full form is LODOG updater modifier. Okay. Yum full form is LODOG updater modifier. Second one, install is action here. That means what you are performing. Install means here action. What I am doing? Installing. Git means package name. Git means package name. And finally hyphen I means yes. One more time. What is the command to install Git? Yum install git-y. Here yum means package manager. In Linux, if you want to install any package, what is the package manager we are using? Yum. Next, install means here what I am doing? Installing the package. Next here, Git means what, sir? Here package name. -y means yes. Is my Git install here? What is the version of Git here? 2.40. What is the version? But if you want to see, just type git-v. -v means version. What is the version? 2.40. Okay, so this command git-v to check version. Clear, sir? Sir, after doing this one, you need to run one command. The command is git init command. Which command? Git init means we need to tell that this is my current working directory. I am going to work from here. I am going to track the files here and I am going to store my files here only. That means I want to tell to Git from here only I am going to work. Hit enter. Are you seeing .git folder now? If you give ls-al, are you seeing .git? Here .git is called as your local repository. What we are going to call it as? Whatever the files you created, whatever the files you tracked, whatever the files you committed, everything is going to store on .git. Clear? The moment if I give the command git init to install .git. .git is called as local repo. That means we create, we add, we commit everything from here only. If I don't give .git, your commands will not work. Point clear for all of you? If I don't give dot git, what will happen, sir? Commands will not work. Is the installation part clear for all of you? First of all, what I have done, sir? Create server, and I create a folder, I go inside the folder. What is this command meaning? Yum install git -y means? Yum install git -y means to install git. To install what? Git. What is the command to check the version of git? Of course, you can use one more command that is called as git --- version. Sorry, version. Are you seeing, sir? Next. So what is the commands are next here? Git init. What is the purpose of using git init? To install .git. .git is called as, if you don't have .git, your commands will not work. If I don't have .git, what is not going to work? My command. So now what I'm going to do is, sir, I'm going to write one index.html. vim index. I'll tell you a shortcut. If I want to create index.html, do you know source code? Do you know, sir? If I want to write index.html, I need to learn HTML programming and CSS. But do we have that much of time? In that case, we can take source code from internet directly. Okay. Just go to internet and type index.html. Index.html for login page. So if you go, are you seeing W3 schools here? And if you go, like, click on form with icons. So now this kind of login form is going to create, sir. If you want to see the source code, are you seeing the source code here? Take the source code from here itself. Why? Because you don't know how to write source code, right? Okay, that's it. Or simply click on try it yourself and you can take source code from here better. So I'm taking the code from here. Of course, if you don't have source code also, it is fine. Just write h1, this is my application. Okay. Sir, where I taken the source code from? Google. And if you don't give source code as well, it is fine. Just create a file. Sir, now currently my file is on working directory. Which directory? I want to move it to staging area. Which area? We have a command called git add command. Which command? If you ask me to show here in a git representation, sir, what is the command to switch from working directory to staging area? Git add. But before giving the git add, give the command git status. Currently, what is the status of the file? Is it tracking or not tracking? Is it untracking or tracking, sir? Untracking mode. Which mode? So first of all, let's create a file vim index.html, and writing the content is optional. Content is optional. On practice optional, but in real time we need to put, sir. Next, what is the command list to create file? To create file, first one is to create the file. Second one, what is the command to check the status? To check status. What is the command means? Git status. Command to create file is vim command. Command to check the status is git status. Clear till now? Fine. Okay, sir. Currently you check the status. Status is on untracking mode. Which mode? I want to track the file. What is the command? Git add. The moment if I give git add, what is the name of the file? Index.html. Currently, again, if I give git status, it is coming on tracking mode. Which mode it is? Untracked means red color. Tracking means green color. Which color? So, next command is to track the file. To track file. What is the command, sir? Git add index.html. HTML. Again, if you want to check the status, what is the command? Git status. Checking the status is optional. Every time no need to check the status. Okay. Sir, now if you see the architecture, initially I am on working directory. After giving the command git add, currently I am on which area? Sir, from staging area, I want to go to which area? Repository. What is the command? Git commit. The moment if I give the command git commit, -m means message. -m means I am giving commit to one as my message. And I am committing which file? Is it committed or not, sir? If you give the command git status, is it showing anything here? What it is telling, currently we are on master branch, nothing to commit. Everything is clear here. It is telling that nothing to commit. Everything what you have done is, it is very clear. Is the concept done for all of you? Simple, only two commands. Git add, git commit. What are the commands? Now tell me, see, first of all, what I have done here, create one file, index.html. After what I have done, check the currently status is untracked. If I want to track, which command I gave? Git add. Then again I check the status. Currently I am on tracking mode. To store the file, what is the command? Git commit -m. I am giving commit 1. What is the name of the file? Index.html. So only 3 commands. See, don't consider git status. It is optional. It is for your clarity only. First of all, we need to create a file. After creating file, we need to add the file. After adding it, we need to commit. This is the flow. This is the. Now you tell me. Okay, I'll give some time for your snaps. Don't worry. Sir, currently index.html is on tracking mode and it is saved as well. Create one more file. Let's take Java. Tell me the process. Creating, adding and committing. First of all, touch Java 1. Currently I create file, but it is on which mode? Which mode? Tracking or untracking? How can I check? It is optional command or not, sir? It is for my clarity only. It is currently on which mode? I want to track it. Which command? Git add Java 1. So now again if I give git status, optional command. Currently it is on. Now I want to store it. Git commit -m for message. I am giving committed to. What I am giving? What is the name of the file? Committed or not, sir? If I give git status now, am I able to see anything? Oh, sorry. Am I able to see anything here? No, why? Because every file in my directory is tracked and committed. Correct or not? Now again one more time. This time directly tell me commands. First command. Touch Java 2. Next. Git add Java 2. Next. Git commit -m. Commit 3. Java 2. Java also committed or not, sir? Now let's try to create Python file. Tell me the same process again. Touch Python 1. Git add Python 1. Git commit -m. Commit 4 Python. Clear or not, sir? So now tell me, is the process easy or difficult? What is the flow you need to follow? Create, add, commit. Create, add and to create, what is the command? Touch or VAM. To add, what is the command? Git add. And to commit, what is the command? Git commit -m, message and file name. Sir, now tell me, is working with Git easy or difficult, sir? Easy, right? You know the architecture, you know the commands. Then working with Git easy or not? All in guys, what about you? Can you please confirm me on chat? Is working with Git easy or not? If it is easy, just type easy. I would like to get response from all of you. So what about remaining people from online? Are you not feeling it is easy? Okay. Great. Sir, please explain rollback. Don't worry, rollback I'm going to explain on your project. Currently, I cannot show you rollback, right? Rollback means going back to previous application. That means if I deploy the application, I can show you how to go rollback. Okay. And one more last command for today. Git log command. Which command? Sir, currently how many times I committed? 4 times. I want to see how many times I committed. The command is git log. Am I getting these 4 commits, sir? What is the command to show the list of commits? Sir, I want only last 2 commits. -2. Am I getting only last 2 commits, sir? I want to get last 3 commits only. -3. The command, if you give git log to show commits. To show commits. What is the command? Git log. To show last 2 commits. Git log -2. Sir, you are showing commits now, sir. In this commit, what is going to happen? First of all, here author. Author means who committed this one? Date. So the commit happened on Saturday, August 26 and so time in this year. What is the commit message? Commit 3. Sir, is it having some lengthy information or not, sir? I want to make it short and sweet. What I want to make it? If you give git log -3 or -2, -1 line. 1 line means commits are going to come on 1 line. Am I getting it on shortcut format or not, sir? What is the command means? Git log -2, 1 line. To show commits in single line. What is the command? Git log -2, 1 line. Of course, -2 is optional. If you want last 2, put -2. So this is enough for today. Clear? Let's recap all of the things from very first. And you will have you will have some clarity now. Sir, first of all, which tool we learned on today's class? Full form of Git. Global Information Tracker. It is also called as version control system. What is the meaning of version control system? Keep the source code separately. Sir, why to do it? Why to store source code separately? To roll back. What is the meaning of rollback? Going back to previous version. Sir, here what is the meaning of repository? Folder where we store our. What is our local repository? .git. What is our local repository? .git. Sir, Git can track multiple versions of same file. Can anyone tell the example for it? Index.html. It is common file for all the versions, but different versions. So coming to intro, it can track the files, it can maintain the multiple version of same file. It is platform independent. What is the meaning of platform independent? It can run on any kind of operating system. It is free and open source. What is the meaning of free and open source? Source code is publicly available and you need not to pay any kind of amount for it. Next, they can handle a larger project efficiently. It is coming from 3rd generation. Before generation also we have seen, right? Next, Which programming language? Git came on which year? Who invented Git? Linus Torvalds. Sir, what is CVCS? Centralized version control system. What is example for it? SVN. Centralized means we can store source code on. Distributed means multiple folders. What is the example for distributed version control system? Which one is better, central or distributed? Why distributed? To store multiple places. So you know what is the meaning of rollback. Sir, how many stages we have on Git, sir? What are those? Working directory, staging area, and repository. What is the meaning of working directory? Where we write the source code. Second one, staging area. Staging area, what we are going to do? Track files. Third one, repository means where we can store the tracked code. Which code? Can I track untracked source code on repository? No. Sir, if I want to work with Git, first of all, create a server and create folder. Install Git. What is the command to install Git? Minstall git -y. After that, I want to check version. What is the command? Git -v. What is the command to install Git repository? Git init. Sir, to create the file, what is the command? Touch or VAM. To check the status. To track the file. Git add. To commit the file. Git commit -m message. What is the flow? Creating a file, adding a file, committing a file. I want to see number of commits I have done. What is the command? I want to see last 2 commits. If I want to see all commits, git log only. If I want to see all commits on single line, git log -1 line. So this part is enough for Git today. Okay, I'm not going to extend the class. Why? Because it is Saturday, right? Almost. So on Monday class, whatever I said today, I'm going to recap everything in first 20 minutes. See, from now, how our classes are going to be, first of all, first 20 minutes or first 10 minutes at least. What we are going to do is we are going to recap the session. Okay. So from 11th minute to almost all like 1 second. So let's take till 11. Your recap is going to done. Daily I'm going to do recap. Is recap a good thing or not, sir? Recalling. So from 11 to exactly 12, you are going to have the class, new concepts. Again from 12 to 12:15, it is going to be interaction. Interaction means if you are having any doubts or any queries, I will give every chance to every people here. Like if you want to speak anything with me, stand up and speak. Okay, why? Because if you don't have interaction with the trainer, you will not get the content. If you interact with me more, I'll deliver more. For example, see, if you ask a doubt, I'm gonna tell that doubt on theoretical and practical way or not, sir. That means if you ask the doubt only, you are getting more content, right? That's it. So this is the pattern we are going to follow. First of all, recap. Second thing, class, and finally, interaction. So this is what going to happen from Monday session. And again, Monday, I'm going to recap everything for you. The people who miss the initial session of Linux, don't worry, your Linux batch is going to start soon. I'm going to give intimation for you when the class is going to start. So your actual DevOps start from today itself. One thing I just want to ask you. So today is day 1 of DevOps, right? How the DevOps is, sir? Day 1. With some loud voice. Is it clear for all of you? Are you feeling any difficult of DevOps? Remember, when it comes to software courses, DevOps is the easiest course. Why? Because do we have any coding here? All right. If you want to go with on software, if you don't like coding, your first priority will be given to DevOps only. Why? Because in DevOps, you won't have much tensions. We don't need to think logically. We don't need to write code, right? Compiling, testing, debugging, we don't do now. Directly understanding the concept and implementing this one. Clear for all of you? Okay. So now in today's class, first of all, let's interact with online. And one more thing, while I'm interacting with online, right? So please stay calm for a few minutes. Why? Because they will ask some doubts. If they ask doubts, I'm going to explain for you as well, right? If you stay calm, I can be able to hear those doubts. Okay, online, you can speak up now. So whoever the people having doubts or queries, you can ping me on chat and you can raise your hands. I'm going to give unmute option from now. So first of all, Rajesh, you can speak, Rajesh. I give unmute option for you. Sorry, Rakesh, it is not Rajesh. Okay. Oh, it's okay. Summer, you can speak now. I give unmute option for you.
Hey, hi, sir. So I
Summer,
just
can you
wanted to
please speak a
ask.
bit louder? I'm not able to hear you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So my question is, as we are doing the commits, okay, the
Okay.
last step of git commit dash.
Okay.
I mean hyphen m. Okay.
Okay.
So we are mentioning that the version name. Okay. So the version
Yes,
is like
yes.
V1, for example. Okay. So if we have done like V3, okay,
Okay.
and V3 index.html.
Okay.
So this way that we will understand whether this is index.html for V3 and V2, V1, something like that. And later on, if we want to roll back those versions, like, V3 is not working properly and it is live. Okay.
Yeah,
so can we roll back to
exactly.
V2?
I got
So
your
what?
point, Samad. Like what you are trying to ask is like what Samad is asking when you are committing the index.html, right? We are going to specify the versions. For example, if I want to roll back from V3 to V2, when I'm specifying the version, right, I will have clarity now. So what you are going to do is basically you are going to commit the entire source code with only one version. At the end of the day, you are going to place it on GitHub. In GitHub, each version I am going to track on single place only. So currently, Samad, as we are working on Git only, when the GitHub topics come, right, every source code of version 1, I am going to place on single repository. If you go to version 1, you will go to repository 1. If you want to go to version 2, you can go for repository 2. But that concept I am going to explain on GitHub. Currently, we are only Git, right? I hope it is clear for you, Samad. Next, Parvin Sharma, you can speak now.
Yes, like my question is like, suppose we are creating a file vim index.html. You have written content is optional, but in real time projects, who is providing that index.html?
See, developers will write it. Actually, we never touch the development source code. Okay, they will write it. But as a DevOps engineer, you need to have the idea how the Git is going to work. Okay.
So this one we will take this file from where?
Sorry.
Suppose developer has written this file. So from where do we find this file?
From the GitHub only. Your GitHub is not started right yet now. I will tell you how to find the source code if the developer gives us. Okay. We are going to clone the repository which is given by the developer, and in that cloning, we are going to have every file that is written by developer.
Okay, understood.
Okay, thank you. So next, Sanjay, we can speak now.
No, sir. I'd like to ask, are you listening me?
Sorry, Sanjay, I'm not able to hear you properly. Can you please speak a bit loud?
Are you listening me?
I can able to listen you, but not properly. Like your voice is too low, I think so.
So my question is, have you shared the file, yesterday's file on Gmail, or where have you shared it?
Sanjeev, like your voice is not clear for me actually. Can you please ping me on your comments? What is your question? Look, Sanjeev, please ping your query on the comment sessions. So next, Satya, we can speak, Satya.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon, sir. It's good to have DevOps Day 1. I'm enjoying this class. Basically, I would like to convey. And the thing is like, there are two questions actually I pinged on the chat window. Like if I want to remove the file or mark the file not in use on the Git, how can I do that? This is the first
Actually,
question.
1 second. Can you please stop this fan? Anyone there? 1 second, Satya. Like here, due to the sound of fan here, I'm not able to hear you properly. Like Satya, please speak a bit louder now.
Now, am I audible clearly?
Yes, you are audible, but like here due to the connection of system, like I'm getting some low audio from.
Oh, now, sir, is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay, a bit manageable. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So two questions, sir. Basically,
Okay.
actually, before that, I would like to convey that this today's DevOps class is going good. I just enjoyed the class listening from you on the Git, and the question is like if we want to remove or mark a file as a deleted or not in use, okay, how can we do that on Git?
So
And the
basically we
second,
have a file called git ignore. So if you put a file on git ignore, that file is going to stay with us, but it is not going to track and it is not going to commit even.
okay, so git ignore is a command that we
Yeah,
can
it's a
use.
file basically dot git ignore. Okay, I'll tell this on the concepts.
Okay, fine. And the second question, if we want to say like, I mean, we have the same file having different versions.
Okay.
How can we compare these two versions to
There is a
see the
command,
differences?
Satya. So like what Satya is asking, for example, if you commit a file on two different versions, how to show the versions of the commit? There is a command called git show. Which command?
No.
If you
Show,
give the
okay.
command git show, it is going to show how many times the file is committed. And you can use git diff as well, Satya. I'm going to show these comments on your classes, okay?
Sure, sure. Thank you. I'm good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So I think all are pretty much clear with the doubts and queries. And again, in the comments, I got few queries. Let me answer them. Yeah, Akanksha sir, we will have class tomorrow. No, your class will be on from Monday to Saturday only. But on some rare occasions, like if I have any work, I'll intimate Saturdays no class. Not very regularly, once in a while. Sir, if you want to remove, okay, Satya, I think I answered this one. Okay, simple and clear. What exactly done in staging? Staging means we are going to track our file. Without tracking, we cannot commit, right? That is clear. Atish. So Vinita, admin is going to ping his contact number. Just wait for a couple of minutes. What is the difference between Git and GitHub again? See, simple. Git means if you develop the source code locally, you are going to use Git. But sir, if I want to store my source code on internet, that where I can access from anywhere, that is called as GitHub. Your GitHub is some separate topic which is going to come after a couple of days. Hope it is clear for you, Summer. Please show me creating the instance and login with private key. So Keshav, like already it is done. Okay, don't worry. We are going to provide links for you. Just give me 1 second. Your admin is going to be Rajesh sir. He is going to provide the information regarding this course. And again, all of you know the core details, right? What's the timing and what's the price and what's the syllabus? I think everyone got it. And I will recommend everyone to take the videos of the demos. Till now we done with demos, right? So if you go to lab number, like floor number 3, you have the lab there. In that lab, you can find Venkatesh. He is the admin. Or you can find the Rajesh sir as well. He is going to give the recording classes of the DevOps demo till now. So these classes you are going to get. Okay. So Rajesh sir, please provide your like information as well, your contact information, everything. Syllabus is not uploaded in that location. Again, syllabus I have given one QR code, right? If you scan that QR code, you can get the syllabus. If not, you can get the syllabus from the hands-on. If you go and type on GitHub, in GitHub, Ramshek 007, just to go for hands-on syllabus. So in GitHub, it is directly available. Okay, it is the syllabus. If you can go here, hands-on.rtf, you can download this file and it is the syllabus for you. Of course, this is an encryption mode. If you download, file will open for you. For online guys, I'm gonna give syllabus copy on your chat box. Please copy it from there. And Rajesh sir provide one QR code as well. Please do it there. Thank you. And all of you see your Google Classroom is there. How many of you have access for Google Classroom? Only few people. What about remaining? You don't have access? So guys, I provide the running notes on your Google Classroom. Please take it from there. And the people from online who is attending, so from Monday onwards, the link is going to change. If anyone haven't done the registration till now, please complete this as soon as possible. Why? Because from Monday onwards, like you are going to get the new link. The people who paid, only you are going to get the link. Okay. So for registration process, please check the details on your chat. You can follow up on them. 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Placement assistance we have it anyways. Rajesh. Okay. Co-admin. I think Rajesh sir, I don't have the access to give co-admin for you. Okay, so online, please done your registration to get the new link from tomorrow onwards. I hope like everyone is done with registration till now here. Okay, so any more queries and doubts online? If you want to ask me, you can ask. Okay, so like online, I hope it is clear for today. So your next class will be on Monday. So from Monday onwards, we are going to start the same class repeat first, and I am going to teach you the new concepts. Clear for all of you? Okay then, are we good for today? Or any doubts or queries? Yeah. Okay. Okay. You can. I'll show you how to see it. But before that, I'll tell you one thing. So tomorrow is weekend, right? What is the command? Cause. Command not found, huh? Okay. Okay, fine. There is some package. Like I'll tell one package in Linux. It is going to be very fun. Amazon Linux extras. Install epel-y. It is not a part of your course command. Don't worry. Amazon Linux extras. Okay, still any queries from you online or offline? Yeah, once payment is done, please send your registration receipt to your online admin. So he pinged you the number there, so you can send it. Okay then, happy weekend for everyone. So have your safe journey out trains. So let's meet on your which session? Monday session. So Monday I'm going to teach you everything from scratch. Don't worry. Even if you miss recordings, we will provide the recordings till now. And again, your mentors are always there to help you. If you miss a class today, or like if you are not able to understand something, please go and ask them. I mean, like they won't tell the entire concepts. Whatever you have the doubt, they will definitely able to resolve the doubts. Okay. Okay then. Thank you. So let's meet on your Monday session. Have a great weekend, everyone.